in 2022.
Yo.
Yay.
It's
Hello.
great to see everybody here.
Hello.
Welcome to our first annual Hands In.
Oh.
And before we officially get started, just wanted to remind folks that this is an event really about engagement and engaging with each other. And when you come into Virbela, one of the best opportunities is to really meet new people. We have people from around the world, and if you can, I'm starting to see people say where they're from. I'd love to see if you type into the public chat what city, what country you're coming from, and so that we can see what kind of representation we have around the world. Brazil, Mexico City, via Bulgaria. It's going so fast, I can't even read that fast. India, Istanbul, Paris, Gainesville, Florida, Auckland, New Jersey, Philippines. Oh, wow. San Ramon, California, Madrid, Spain, Portugal. Amazing. South Africa, Singapore, the Netherlands, good old Silicon Valley, Dusseldorf, Germany, incredible Boise, Idaho, Ontario, Canada. Great. And some housekeeping. If the bottom left corner, you have the mute button. We can turn the mute up button on for you just during our presentations. We ask that you have yourself on mute. We will sometimes prompt for questions, and you can turn your mute button off so that you can talk with us and engage with us. This is all about having this real world feeling and bringing our customers and our partners and the community together and having a conversation with each other. So we're going to get things kicked off here officially. It's so great to see so many people from so many places around the world, to see friends and customers. And we really encourage you to make some new friends here today. So sometimes we'll turn on the private volumes within your row. And if you come into an event and we haven't started yet, say hello to the person next to you, find out where they're coming from and what company they're with or organization, and make a new friend. So I hope at the end of today, you will have met at least 5 new friends. Give yourself a goal of a minimum of 5 new friends and make some connections around the industry and the community. All right, let's officially get started now. Welcome to Virbela's inaugural User and Community Summit, Hands In 2020. What is Hands In? It's a tradition at Virbela that we use to end team meetings. We bring our avatars together in a circle, put our hands in, say a few meaningful words, and break to get going with energy and fun. These kinds of gestures and interactions in virtual worlds are transforming the way we work right before our eyes. They are powerful tools to build culture and community and make your workplace and your teams feel more connected. This is all about recreating our human connections in digital spaces. Today, we're excited to bring our community together. It's our way of saying thanks to all who have joined us on this incredible journey thus far. It's also an opportunity to underline our mission to build more human-centric workplaces, best places to work. Along with several product announcements, we're excited to launch our new corporate campus today, as you can see, designed to foster a sense of community for your remote and distributed teams. And we really encourage you to explore and find what we've hidden out there. Don't miss out on our campus tours, which are right after this session. The scavenger hunt, which you can do on your own at any time. Our art gallery, which is incredible. Diversity promenade, designed by our community experiences designer, Sarah Segrest. Our partner lounge, featuring Gaia Link and iLearn, and lots more. We have a jam-packed agenda. We have incredible executives from EXP, our parent company, AT&T is here, DXC Technologies here, PwC, Fujitsu, the Great American Cancer Society, Second Life is represented here with co-founders. Wavemakers, a great customer of ours and really credible at teaching how to use immersive spaces. Other Virbela partners, Rochelle, they create immersive experiences in Virbela. Help us, support each other in building this new industry of interactive immersive spaces. A couple of quick housekeeping items. Social reminders, feel free to share photos, take screenshots, and post to Twitter, LinkedIn, wherever you go for social media. Please hashtag hands in when you do that. Helpful reminders for your team can be found on the right screens in the auditorium here. So you look behind me to my left, or as you look to your right, so you can check there. And most importantly, have fun. Make friends, network, and meet folks from other companies and other organizations. We have a real diversity of people and backgrounds, and obviously from people from all over the world. So we're incredibly excited. So with that, we're going to do a hands in with the team on stage to get us started. Come on, guys.
All righty.
Our circle's looking a little uncircled, but it'll do. Come
Close
on, Gabe.
enough.
Here we go. Ready, break.
Awesome.
Woohoo!
Woo.
As a reminder, you can zoom in to any screen from anywhere in the auditorium. It's a nice feature about our massive auditorium here. The screen zoom feature at the top of the application, and you can choose which screen you want to see, so you can see the full presentation. We'll be mainly using the front center screen and for the presentations and videos, and so stay tuned. And feel free to ask questions during the whole day in the chat box, and we'll try to get to them or get to you afterwards on any of these questions. So with that said, I'm super excited to welcome Dr. Alex Howland, Virbela's president, co-founder, great leader for our Virbela team, to the stage to officially kick off Hands in 2020 launch.
Thank you. Thanks, Cap. I have my webcam up on your left screen just to quickly say hello. Some people think I'm just an avatar. I want to make sure you know I'm a real human, and there are a lot of great, amazing humans behind the Virbela brand and platform. So thank you all so much for being here with us today. Really exciting. Such an honor. We've been thinking about having a user conference for years now. For it to come to life has taken a full team effort. So for my team that's out in the audience today, congratulations. Really incredible what you've accomplished here, and getting all these folks together from all over the world, really representing what we set out to do here 10 years ago. I can't believe this year actually marks 10 years since starting Virbela. It's been an interesting decade. The market has shifted time and time again. At first, we were Second Life for business. Then we were a VR company, then an XR company. And today, we are a metaverse company. Definition of what the metaverse is changing, but I'm encouraged that the world is talking about it. The largest companies in the world are investing in it. And people like you are leaning in. Well, we are not the metaverse. We are certainly a metaverse platform. We are unique in that we focus on the enterprise metaverse, creating virtual experiences to improve the real-world lives of individuals, teams, and organizations. Our why has not changed since our start. Virbela got its start when I was pursuing my PhD in organizational psychology. Ron Rembish and I were awarded a couple $1 million grant funds to build a virtual world platform to build global communities of learning. Place where people could come together from all over the world to develop as professionals, much like we're doing here today. Founding values of community, culture, learning and development, teaming, and emotional intelligence are still very relevant today. COVID has accelerated the shift to remote work in a way no one saw coming. Employees have learned the freedom to work from anywhere is liberating, and companies have learned that employees can be trusted to get work done from anywhere. However, the shift to remote and hybrid has not come without hardships. Individuals are reporting feelings of loneliness. Learning development has become more challenging. Access to leadership has decreased, and cultivating a shared culture and vision has never been more challenging. We give that a lot of thought each day at Virbela. And how do we address some of those challenges? And we believe there's incredible opportunity in what virtual worlds and the enterprise metaverse has to offer. While tools like web conferencing, Slack, and shared web documents can support remote work, there are gaps that remain. We can address those gaps, many of those gaps, with the enterprise metaverse. I'm incredibly proud of the work we've been able to accomplish the last 10 years. We are the only platform with a multi-billion-dollar success story in our now sister company, eXp Realty. eXp has grown from 1,000 agents to 77,000 agents since they adopted the platform. For all I know, they're probably already up to 78,000 today. They're the fastest growing real estate company on the planet, and they've expanded to 20 countries since the pandemic hit, all without stepping foot on a plane. An important piece of the metaverse is blending the digital and the physical world. I don't think there's a better example than eXp selling real homes in the real world, yet operating 100% of their operations in a virtual world, from agent recruiting and onboarding to C-suite and board meetings. What I am most proud of, though, is that through employee ratings, they've been awarded Glassdoor's best places to work 5 years running. Think of that. Think of that. With the state of today's technology, employees are already experiencing the benefits of the enterprise metaverse. Just think where we can take this in the coming years. I want to quickly show a video highlighting some of eXp's success.
The secret to eXp's growth is the people. It's the agent-centric nature. It's the platforms that we're on. It's how we connect. It's our community. It's also the way that we're able to scale so quickly because we have a significant advantage with Virbela.
The Virbela platform has allowed us to expand all over the globe. We entered Asia in Hong Kong recently. We were in amazing, huge territories like India and Mexico and Brazil. That would have been impossible for us to do without the Virbela platform. All of this without me ever stepping on a plane.
The value eXp gets from using Virbela is this sense of place to build community. The value is the community, and Virbela provides the platform for that community to come together, engage, and grow.
From a technology standpoint, I think Virbela is the biggest competitive advantage we have. We are the only company in the real estate industry that uses this platform, and it's a huge advantage for us.
Virbela for us literally has been the enabling technology that's allowed us to create an over $5 billion enterprise in under 12 years.
Inspiring, great. Glad you were able to see that. eXp and Virbela were even highlighted in the Wall Street Journal yesterday, and eXp has even had weddings in their version of the Virbela metaverse, which have gone a bit viral. They were on the Colbert show last week. Fun to see, the world kind of recognizing what we're doing. We're working with a lot of other organizations, of course, and many of them, understandably, are not quite ready to fully operate in the virtual world headquarters. But we've been supporting many elements of the employee experience journey, from recruiting to onboarding, training and development, to dance parties in our speakeasy, of course. We are building the playbook with all of you on how to improve the lives of employees, teams, and organizations. Progress has not always come easy. The technological ecosystem we operate is ever shifting. The science and operating techniques to use the technology in the most effective way are in constant iteration and will be for quite some time. Becoming enterprise ready has been no small feat for a small company, working to become GDPR compliant, undergoing rigorous penetration testing, and going through our first SOC 2 audit. Not to mention those of you in the audience who throw 120-page MSAs our way. Raise your hand if that's you. There's still much to learn and to develop. Today, the technology landscape is moving even faster and challenges will remain, but the vision is clear and our commitment towards it steadfast. While many of you are familiar with our marquee product that we're in here today, we've also been experimenting with other products which allow us to progress towards our vision. We are well aware of the importance of our platforms to support scale, be highly accessible, have fidelity, and be very customizable. Given the current constraints of commodity hardware and the power of the internet, we need to balance between these factors. With Virbela, we're proud to support more concurrent users within one environment than any other platform. We've intentionally prioritized the desktop experience to balance ease of use and accessibility. The campus feel is meant to foster community, inclusivity, and productivity. With our new Frame product, we are hyper-focused on accessibility and customizability. Frame is available on any device with a browser and does not require a client download. Educators around the world are already using its creator tools to build immersive curriculum to bring learning into a new dimension. Incredible. Finally, we create fully immersive VR, or really XR, training simulations with our nation's military. This work allows us to push the boundaries of what is possible in XR immersion, linking in haptics, real-time terrain data, and hyper-accurate physics to make training available in real time, safely, and at a fractional cost of what is currently available. These three initiatives allow us to push the boundaries, learn from the market, and adopt quickly. We are thrilled to see many large organizations and enterprises beginning to adapt faster and more deeply than we've ever seen before. Time is now. I'd now like to shift a little bit to our 5 to 10 year vision. In the next 5 to 10 years, we envision millions of individuals and thousands of organizations operating Virbela's enterprise metaverse. They will do this as a way to improve the employee experience, to operate more efficiently, and to build strong community and culture. Of course, the technology's fidelity, scale, customizability, and accessibility will be far greater than it is today. But we'll also have a much stronger understanding of how to use these technologies to solve real-world problems. Solutions will be cross-platform. There will still be value to video. Day-to-day operations may still be in 2D mode like we are here today, but we'll also dive into VR headsets and XR headsets where greater immersion is beneficial. Say, for example, for design purposes or for deep learning and immersive simulations. Interoperability will be essential, but it will be less about bringing your Fortnite avatar to work and more about connecting a suite of business tools such as communication platforms, data visualizations, and business credentials. For organizations, security will still be essential. Walled gardens can be maintained, but for organizations who want to explore a broader enterprise metaverse, they'll be able to do so. Imagine being able to move seamlessly between your organization's campus to, say, Stanford's campus for professional development. We will offer many more robust tools for creators to diversify their piece of the metaverse, making it their own, experimenting, and innovating. Behavioral data in the enterprise metaverse, used responsibly, will drive great value. Imagine collecting micro-credentials on the blockchain for completing learning experiences that support career growth. Graphs of team talk data to encourage inclusivity in meetings. Network analysis of communication patterns of your organization to identify silos. While games will be a huge part of the metaverse, we will offer serious games. Games that help build trust, support mental health, grow leadership competencies, and build cultural intelligence. This is a big part of our founding story in an area 10 years in, I feel we're just beginning to scratch the surface. Truthfully, some elements of the vision are still blurry, and that's definitely half the fun. What's important to me is that we continue towards our mission of improving the professional lives of our users and the teams and organizations they are a part of. I genuinely appreciate everyone in this room for joining us on this journey. To my staff, wow. We've grown from 20 to 150 people these last 2 years. It has not been easy. Your commitment has been incredible. Forget building a plane while it's in the air. You are building the future of the work while you're creating it, while you're in it. You impress me every day. To our partners, thank you for broadening a footprint across the globe. Thank you for bringing your expertise as a complement to our products. To the EXP family, thanks for believing in us when we were only one full-time employee. Thank you, continue to invest in us and grow with us. It's been an amazing journey. Thank you for leaning in. To our clients, thank you for being early adopters. Thanks for leaning into the unknown. Thank you for pushing us to make us better. Finally, to all of our users, you are the Virbela community. We cannot do this without you. Thank you for evangelizing us. Everyone in this room, please continue to push us, learn with us, and innovate with us. Thank you, and I'd now like to turn it over to one of my co-founders, Shailen Brown, who will share a bit more about our product framework in our upcoming implements. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Alex. Really appreciate you laying out some of the history and the ambition of what we've been doing with Virbela. And really want to thank everybody for coming and joining us here today to experience some of what we've been working on the last year or two, and get a glimpse of some of the things that we're going to bring to the table, bring to the metaverse in the coming year. And and so you've got a sense of some of the background of Virbela, and I want to start by maybe just giving you a little bit of my background of what has brought me to Virbela. I came here with a perspective that's formed by work that I've done as an artist and an academic researching human-computer interaction, and I've been building virtual worlds for now 30 years. So this has been a long time endeavor that I've approached by doing both creating new cultural experiences while doing academic research at some of the fundamental issues. Right before I came and joined Virbela full time, I was a founding faculty, professor, and research leader for a new Institute of Creative Computing in London. And previous to that, founded the Arthur C. Clarke Center for Human Imagination, which as a part of it had this lab called the Experimental Game Lab. And it was in that lab that was managed by Eric Hill, who's now our VP of Engineering, where we came together with Alex to start to build the earliest versions of Virbela. That lab was part of a larger research institute called CalIT2 that started a business incubator where we took that initial research project that Alex and Ron had put together, and we started to see if we could turn that into a company. And that's what we have been doing for the last decade. And as I said, I'd been building these virtual worlds now for 30 years, 20 years before we started Virbela. And it was this academic research that was feeding directly into this art practice of building experimental virtual world artworks that were commissioned and displayed at museums around the world. And in that process, I was obviously very excited about the possibilities of what could do with these new technologies. But it led me to continue to ask very fundamental questions about the nature of virtual worlds. And the approaches that I developed to these projects really informed, some pretty fundamental aspects about the initial creation of Virbela, and continue to inform our ongoing developments. Um, so, so now I kind of retreat for a moment into my previous role as a professor, to kind of lay down what I think are some of the key first principles of virtual worlds that we try to think about, adhere to, and manifest in our product. And so, at the basis of the way I kind of think about virtual worlds is that they are really a new medium for human expression and experience. And so every time, we can look historically at how new mediums have come to fruition, how they've gone from, kind of technological experiments into fully formed ways in which we communicate and express ideas with each other. We can look at examples from like photography or cinema or television or the internet, and see how these new forms really change the way we understand the world and think about our experiences and our agency within that changed world. And with each of those mediums, we can see kind of hints at ways in which they connect to the previous worlds that they were coming from, previous media forms. But when they become fully formed in and of their own, they start to create their own ways of making meaning with their technological methods. And with virtual worlds, for the first time, we have a medium that is all about spatial experience. It's about accelerating spatial experience, where our previous mediums have all been about things like text or sound or images. And this is really important for us because our brains are very sophisticated processors of space. We have evolved as humans with bodies situated in space, and we innately use space to create meaningful relationships with complex environments and changing social conditions. So in creating the medium of virtual worlds, we build upon these experiences of the physical world, but we're ultimately creating a new language of spatial experience. And so Virbela is an articulation of these kind of fundamental design principles. And its ongoing developments build upon what we're really learning from our engagement with our pioneering customers that are helping set the stage for the next developments of our platform. And we can kind of think about them as happening in four related areas. So one is the fidelity of the experience. And, we can often think about fidelity with things like how many pixels you might be able to show on a screen, or how many colors a display has. But fidelity, I think, has an even more basic relationship to what we would call representation. So how do the symbolic forms that a medium is showing read the world that we actually live in? And that relationship is not exactly one-to-one. Our representations always are emphasizing some aspects of the original while abstracting others. And that's a very intentional kind of differentiation from the original experience, because the way it does that creates the elements that a medium uses to create meaning. And so, as an example, one way we do this in Virbela is we take elements that seem to be relate to the natural world, and we take some other elements that relate to the cultural world, and we create blends of these natural and cultural elements very, very specifically because those innately enable different frames of mind, different ways in which you might think about how you want to collaborate and organize yourself with other people, and how you're actually even thinking about the ideas and problems that you might be working with at any one time. Scalability is another kind of key pillar to what we're trying to do. Our worlds give us the ability to interact with another person, with a half a dozen colleagues, or an audience of hundreds of thousands. And our continued developments are really looking at how we enrich the experience at all of those different levels of scale. What do you need in an environment to better facilitate that collaborative group activity, with a half a dozen other people? What does it mean to be in an audience of 1,000 people, both as a presenter and as an audience member? Those visual representations of that experience really innately bring out the ingrained social behaviors that we've learned from the real world to this point, and we've learned evolutionarily to help our societies function effectively. And then we think about accessibility, and so we're always trying to balance the quality of engagement with the accessibility of common computing platforms that allow people around the world to connect together and share experiences. So as Alex has mentioned, we have really very purposely for the Virbela product focused on the desktop computing environment. And and we know we can't dictate the exact specifications to our customer base, so we're always looking at how do we optimize our software platform so that we can have the broadest impact with this product that we can have. And we think about extensibility. And this coming year, we're really going to see new ways that Virbela is going to be able to be extended, customized, and connected to other kinds of applications. And this is all the way from the data level, connections to Virbela, in and out of Virbela, application integration, and then to the ability to further customize the environment for customers' needs. And so, Virbela overall is building these next generation products for the metaverse. And at different points, some have more capability in some area than others, and that's why we, continue to explore a range of products in our portfolio. And those different experiences have cross-fertilization with each other, as well as meet different kind of use cases. And and at the end of this, the question is, like why Virbela? And I think Virbela is really, really a critical tool for this next phase of our civilization. That are because of the kind of complexities of the world. It's the scale of issues that we're dealing with, the globalization of these activities, the pace of human endeavors. If we aren't fully engaging the capabilities of each of our own spatial brains, we're leaving a lot of cognitive capacity untapped. So with Virbela, what we're really trying to do is tap further into the capabilities of all of our users, so you can more fully engage your brain, engage the aspects of your cognition that we've evolved over millions of years to get to this point, and bring their form allows us to connect globally with those capabilities. And Uh, we're doing that with Virbela, bring real value to the world today. But we're doing it with a way that we, understand that this is a journey, that our product's going on and the culture at large is going on. So I'm really excited that you're all here today to see some of the fruits of our labors recently, and to get a glimpse of some of the work that we're looking to bring out in the coming year, and that our teams have been really bringing a lot of creative ideas and insightful engagements with our customers to the table, so that we can think about what this next stage of these virtual platforms can be. So first up, I'm going to ask up here Joshua Pollock, our senior technical artist, walk you through some of the background and ideation that's led into the design of this new virtual campus. Josh?
Well, good morning, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all here. My name is Josh Pollock, and I am a senior technical artist here at Virbela, and also the lead designer on the new campus project. Just such a pleasure to be here with you and be able to share both about this new world that we've created and our continuing efforts to define the future of work. So as we just saw in that video there, this event marks the first look at our new campus environment. Some of you might have already been able to start exploring, but for those of you who haven't yet had the chance, we're very excited to give you some insight into what we've created and our design process behind it and the future of the Virbela platform. First off, unfortunately, my slides are no longer progressing, so maybe Marco can take that over from me. But in regards to our main project goals, the new campus, which thankfully you've already been able to start seeing, was designed from the ground up with our 4 pillars in mind, those being fidelity, scalability, accessibility, and extensibility. It's a whole new face to the Virbela platform, but it has the same features and interior scenes that you already know and use. And with that, our team of environmental designers, organizational psychologists, and our other developers and support staff have focused on taking our existing platform and upgrading it to help organizations build a stronger sense of community and culture in virtual spaces. It all began with a presentation in August of 2019 that I gave to the about 8 other employees we had at the time, as compared to where we are now. It's just been so exciting with that growth. But at that time, we proposed it with the tagline, restructuring the Virbela campus with functionality, scalability, new aesthetics, and navigability. And those 4 points might sound a bit familiar to what you just heard about from Sheldon, but that's because I was actually taught by Sheldon at UCSD in the same manner of thinking. So, a lot of those ideas came from him. But with that, my hope was to outline what I and, of course, a lot of our staff members and other users could see about things to improve with the campus and bringing it into a more modern area of visuals and functionality. From then on, it became a backburner project that I would return to when not pulled away by platform development, helping some of you guys out with your different customization requests and also other pressing tasks. But over the years, with Sheldon taking a more direct role over our product team and with our art team manager, Nicole Galinato, also growing the rest of our art team, more and more folks were able to join in with feedback and contributions, and it grew to where it is today. So now looking at our actual design approach and how we apply those 4 pillars, Virbela has already been building, as Alex mentioned, virtual campuses for about 10 years. So we've had a lot of insights and learnings over those years, which have helped inform our design process. Keeping those pillars in mind, starting with fidelity, as Sheldon was also mentioning, we wanted to create something that not only looks more modern, but still felt familiar. And something that was really important to us in the design process is making sure to balance those things out. You want to have exciting and engaging new ideas, but still have intuitive solutions that people can naturally relate to and understand, like our subway travel system and the aesthetics and those types of things. Things that folks are already familiar with and can utilize right away without having to somehow have a lot of training or really think about other ideas that they're not used to, while we continue to evolve and push that forward and pursue more opportunities down the road. And with this, trying to think about what would be intuitive, we found inspiration from real places. For a lot of us in the original crew, we're all from San Diego. So San Diego has some wonderful public spaces like the waterfront, which you might notice if you've ever been to San Diego. In the new campus, we have our docks and the ship there. That's inspired by San Diego downtown, but also King's Cross in London, where Sheldon was based for a good while there. And we just took inspiration from those hubs and a lot of other business and innovation hubs around the world to make sure that overall it was just that city-like look and feel, but at a scale where you could walk around and feel like you could relate to it and not feel just overwhelmed by the size. But we still support a lot of that scale inside. And that goes to our next idea and the next pillars of scalability and accessibility. A lot of our client feedback comes from wanting to have more flexibility and control over their environment and how they access the platform. And with that, coming from our current campus, we designed our whole new campus with that in mind, making sure that, especially as you'll notice in some of our different team suite areas and the diversity promenade that you see on this campus, it's in that grid layout where going down the road, you'll be able to swap out buildings or entire building blocks with your own different areas or whatever fits your company or organization best, and have those live changes reflected to best suit your use case. Campus can now adapt and grow with your business as you expand and connect with others around the world, scaling to thousands. And in addition, you guys might have noticed a few, at least hopefully noticed, some graphical improvements with this campus. We did a lot of work on the underlying engine and a lot of our different ways that we are representing things with our new artwork coming out of our original platform, which has been excellent for us, but has aged a bit. But now with that and with the new graphics, we also want to make sure with accessibility that we could build a platform that can represent the type of hardware capabilities that all our clients need. So it can scale between those, but still have a really nice look to it. And then finally, with extensibility, our last pillar, we wanted to, as we move forward into the future of what it means to have a virtual workplace and a virtual world, make sure that we can change and adapt campuses fully to suit their needs and to have really unique digital twins of headquarters and other corporate buildings and unique spaces and branded experiences that people could really customize on the fly. So that'll be really exciting to look forward to. As you can see here, a kind of first look at what a branded, like completely modular world might look like for Virbela. So finally, going to our result and what we've kind of come to and what we're looking forward to in the future. We've designed this new environment that, again, we're so excited to have you check out, that blends business and nature with space for thousands. It feels big enough for the largest companies in the world to bring their employees together, but it's still a place that you individually can feel at home in and call your own. It's a hub for organizations, but also it's a place to create unique individual employee experiences that foster collaboration and build community, like what we do with our new campus, with our all-hands staff meetings we host in the outdoor amphitheater, our sales kickoffs, orientations, and everything else. And there's so much more to explore. I know I'm really excited to show you guys some of the different areas between, of course, the built areas, but also the beaches and the mountains. It's a whole world for you to utilize and customize for your organization's needs. Please look forward to joining us right after these keynotes for campus tours between Sheldon, Nicole, and myself. And we're very excited to walk you around and talk about some more opportunities. But again, thank you so much for coming. It's an incredible blessing to have you here. And now I'm going to hand it over to my friend and colleague and Virbela, our team manager, Nicole Galinato, to reveal how we're helping each individual bring their authentic self to Virbela. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, Josh, and thank you all for being here and sharing your time with us today. All right, I'm Nicole Galinato, the art team manager at Virbela. I have a background of art and design and a bit of project management, and was previously working in the video game industry, working at what is now called PlayStation Studios, before coming to Virbela. But that's plenty about me. But for today, I am really excited to share with you our new avatar system. You'll be getting a first look at some of the new features of this avatar upgrade that our team has been making a huge effort to develop. We set out to create the most diverse, inclusive, and flexible avatar system found in a virtual world platform. Studied other virtual worlds and metaverse platforms, game character creation systems and creation tools, and as well as collected feedback on the kinds of representation our users are looking for. And we began to create something that can capture the look of as many individuals as possible, while continuing to be usable in Virbela and on readily accessible hardware. Avatars are important to the virtual world experience because they add to the fidelity of the world. Same way your physical body allows you to interact and connect with people and represents how you identify yourself to others, you can achieve deeper and closer connections while remotely embodying your virtual self. We want to enable users to be able to do their best work, and in this way, that spatial experience in the virtual world develops meaning and can make a huge impact on the physical world. So from talking with customers, we found our users love the playfulness of the current avatars, but they want features to more closely identify with. Many are underrepresented or given fewer options, and this virtual platform is the perfect place to bridge and close those gaps. So this is why we focused on creating an avatar system that allows you to have deeper control over the look and feel. Keeping the design pillar of accessibility in mind, our vision is to make our avatars easier to use and fully customizable. So let's jump in. You'll be greeted first with this initial customization page. This holds the first of many or few choices that you'll get to make. Here's what I mean. You'll have as much control over your appearance as you'd like, whether a lot or just a little. We know that everyone's time spent on customization is different, so we've given some different paths to help you out. You're in a hurry, like you've entered a campus for the first time for an event and want to quickly jump into the festivities. You can select from a number of pre-made avatars from this screen and head into the world. Got a little more time, you can still select one of those predefined avatars and make some tweaks to get closer to your ideal avatar representation, or start with the blank slate, set a few basic options, then head on your way. So if you set time to dig into the system, kudos to you. Whether starting from blank canvas or pre-made, you can define as deep as you want with options to represent yourself more accurately. Then, once you've gotten comfortable with your avatar and spent some time with it, you'll be able to come back and pop in for a quick wardrobe change or swap your outfit's color palette for a fresh look. So let's have a look at some of those options. So here's what I'm talking about. This is a section of our interactive customization panel with many new and improved features and configuration options. By the way, if you worried your favorite options from the current avatars are going to go away, we're all good. We will be bringing those classics along with us with this avatar upgrade too. Be sprucing them up a little bit. So what's awesome about this system is that this one avatar can be adapted into billions of unique combinations to give you the power of representation. Things like gender options, body type, and facial features work on sliding scales. And aside from the selectable pre-made options like we have in our current system, there are more than 30 sliders to adjust the unique characteristics of each aspect of the avatar, giving users control to curate the representation that best suits them. In regard to accessibility, paying attention to tooling color option schemes and interface choices to support those with poor or deficient color vision, and we'll be including mobility options like wheelchairs for avatars after we launch as well. With extensibility in mind, we're future-proofing the avatar system on the back end to make it easier to adapt to future technological advancements. This will allow us to add new features, so as the technology evolves, our avatar will too. So in order for people to feel connected in virtual workplaces, the pillars of fidelity, extensibility, and accessibility are key. Virbela is taking strides to make sure everyone in our community feels represented for who they are as they are. See here, we're adding additional features like clothing options representing our diverse user base around the world, and of course, more style and customization options on the way. So we've just scratched the surface on what's possible with the new system, and we're looking forward to showing you more in the coming months. That I'd like to hand off to Craig Kaplan, Virbela's Chief Customer Officer and our MC today, who is going to tell you about the first of many exciting native integrations coming to Virbela. Thanks.
Hello, everyone at Hands In. My name is Paul Miyagi. I'm the global leader for our ISV partner program here at Zoom. And I'm really excited to be here today, even though I couldn't physically be there with y'all. At Zoom, we're so excited about the many possibilities our developer platform is enabling and what hybrid work environments may look like in the not so distant future. The Zoom developer ecosystem continues to grow at a rapid pace. Working with a unique company like Virbela that is able to move quickly and experiment and respond to real users' feedback, that to us is real purposeful innovation.
All right. How awesome is that? Thanks to Paul from Zoom to introduce this this new native integration. Virbela is building the bridge between virtual and physical workplaces. And today we're excited to announce our first native integration with Zoom. Pretty incredible. We know the physical workplace is not ever going away, and it shouldn't. But the reality is, as we all know sitting here, most companies have employees distributed in locations across the globe. We're helping these organizations connect their people no matter where they are and making it possible for employees to connect the way they want to connect. Some people love working in the metaverse, others going into a physical office, while some just want to dial in via video. The challenges of remote work at scale are twofold. Recognizing the need to recreate that connection that is created by immersive spaces that give a sense of presence, not available in a video call, and two, giving them universal access to this new way of working. It's a journey. We're all on this journey, bringing your teams together for planned in-person like events while giving your team a path to bridge 2D to 3D as organizations adopt to this remote work at scale. Our vision for the enterprise metaverse is to seamlessly integrate with the way you already work and the way your organizations work and do it at global scale. What we're hearing from our customers, our clients are not necessarily excited about open world metaverse. Oops, let me get back on my slides. Our clients are more interested in a platform that can connect their people and all the tools they already use to get work done efficiently. But safety and security of their employees is of top concern. They want accessibility to lead their teams in engaging meetings and using the tools they are already using. In order for the enterprise metaverse to achieve mass adoption, it has to be accessible from anywhere. Zoom integration will allow you to connect to a Virbela meeting or event no matter where you are, whether you're at home or in the physical office, joining a meeting via Zoom, on the road, calling in from your mobile phone, or meeting in Virbela directly. For employees, having this choice and accessibility is critical because it allows them to work and interact in the way that works best for them. Soon you'll be able to connect Virbela to a conference room just as easy as you would in a real world office powered by Zoom. We're blending the physical and virtual worlds to help bring your entire global organization together. This is the first of many native integrations that Virbela will have into leading collaboration tools available to enterprises today. And with that, I'm going to introduce our VP of Product for Frame, Gabe Baker, Virbela's browser-based virtual meeting product that is accessible today, and to share what's new. Hey, Gabe, come up and join us.
Hello, hello. My name is Gabe. I'm the VP for Frame, and I am wondering how I got put at the end of so many incredibly tough acts to follow. But really, it's a privilege and a pleasure just to share this space with my colleagues up on this stage. For those that are new to Frame, just a quick kind of what is Frame. Frame is let me take control of the screen here so I can do the slides, take ownership, and let me move to the first one. Okay, Frame is a browser-based tool in beta from Virbela for immersive creation and collaboration. It runs from the web, desktop, mobile, and VR. We believe that the web browser is the real key to the metaverse that's been here all along, and the one that undoubtedly will be here in the future. So the Frame team at Virbela, we're one of the top WebXR development teams in the world, and our goal is to push the limits of what can be achieved on the web to make something really personal, playful, and powerful, and highly customizable. Anyone in the Frame team out there in the audience, I love you all. I'm inspired every day by the combination of technical and artistic talent that you all bring to the table to drive Frame forward. I also want to give a really deep, heartfelt thanks to members of the Frame community that are here. You also help drive us forward. Now, a quick tour through Frame's development over the years. When Frame launched, it had one 3D environment, supported 4 users at once, and had 2 different kinds of assets that you could upload to the space. Now, Frame has 17 different environments to choose from. We support 100 users at once, and you can add 17 different kinds of assets into your frames. But some things have stayed the same throughout all this time. There's still no friction, there's no code needed, there's no download needed, and it works right from the web across platforms, and that's going to stay the same. Okay, since we launched Frame, there have been 25,000 different frames created, 25,000 unique individual spaces in the metaverse. On Tuesday, nearly 1,000 frames were created in a single day. Now, just to highlight some recent developments to the platform, there are lots of new things that you can add to Frame that we've just added in the past few months. Visual effects like snow and fire and rain. You can add a news browser in your Frame that lets you browse headlines from around the world in 6 different languages. You can search topics. You can add shapes, basic building blocks for customizing your Frame. You can add maps. You can go anywhere in the world with 3D terrain and turn on fly mode and literally fly through the mountains with your colleagues. And you can ask polls to your audience. And when people respond, those results show up in a 3D pie chart in real time for everyone to see. A big aspect of Frame is that it's customizable. You can upload your own 3D models as the Frame environment or as individual models in this space. And we're always pushing the capabilities of those environments that you can upload. Most recently, you can upload environments that have animations and also light maps for really sophisticated lighting. We've launched branding features that let you add your own logo to the product in key areas. And if you get a full white labeled build of Frame, we give you a really gorgeous analytics dashboard that shows you about the activity in your metaverse. You can also now screen share multiple screens at once. Okay, moving forward. A recent development I want to highlight that we're really proud of is a Frame app for Microsoft Teams, which lets you add Frame directly to your Teams build and access it right from within Teams itself. So you literally just add the Frame app to Teams, and you go to a channel, and you can just quickly make a Frame right for that channel. And anyone in that channel can just quickly hop in without leaving Teams. Beyond being incredibly convenient and useful, this app really shows the flexibility of the Frame platform and its ability to integrate with third-party APIs. And you're going to see more of these in the future. Now, we have a lot of stuff coming up. Some of these things I'll be revealing here, for the first time. You'll be able to move from frame to frame without even reloading the page, just like a seamless transition from one destination to another. We see this as a key part of the metaverse. The ability to clone or remix a frame. Just you're on a frame that you like, and if the frame creator has made it remixable, you'll just be able to click a button to make a copy of it for yourself and then edit it from there. Really cool feature. We're going to launch a progressive web app for mobile devices so that for smartphones or tablets, you have a more app-like experience for Frame. We're going to launch an in-world web browser, kind of a website asset, so you can put websites, live websites, right up inside a Frame. We're going to launch some mini games, more scale, and our own full-body animated avatars, but also an integration with Ready Player Me. So if you have a Ready Player Me avatar, you'll be able to just bring that right into Frame. For those that are might not be familiar with Ready Player Me, it's a third-party avatar creation tool that lets you take a photo of yourself and it generates a really nice avatar based on that photo. We're going to leave beta later this year as the product further stabilizes and evolves. Now, I've been rambling about features, and I could do that for a long, long time. We're working on a lot of things, and we've shipped a lot of things, but our mission to make the metaverse accessible to anyone goes beyond features. And I want to talk about 3 core components of it right now. We really want to enable no-code creatives to build beautiful, dynamic spaces for online interactions. Think about what WordPress and Webflow did for website creation. We think Frame can kind of be the WordPress for the social metaverse. Now, the second piece of this is that we're going to leverage the evolving power, accessibility, and ecosystem of the web platform, which we fundamentally, to our roots, just believe in. Developments are coming to web browsers like WebGPU that will further expand the possibilities with the Frame platform. And then finally, we're going to create a developer and artist ecosystem on Frame so that the world can join us on this mission. We'll be launching a Frame API that lets developers build tools on top of Frame or with Frame, and we'll be creating a marketplace and community for artists to actually sell or share their assets on top of Frame. This is the path that we're charting this year and beyond. Okay, I'm excited. I hope that you are too, but now I will hand things back to our MC, Craig Kaplan, who's going to tell you more about today's schedule. Thank you all.
Thanks, Gabe. Incredible. It is hard to keep up with Gabe and the Frame team, as you can tell. So stay tuned, follow Gabe on Twitter, and see real-time feature updates as they come out every single week. Incredible. As Alex and Sheldon and Gabe and Nicole and Josh have shared today, Virbela is redefining the workplace for global businesses. And you're making history right here, all of us together. The enterprise metaverse is obviously here, and we're building the next generation of products to give organizations and people greater choice and control over how they work and how we interact. We hope you're all as excited as we are about the future. We have a lot more in store. Next up, the product team is going to be doing guided tours of the Virbela campus. So these are Sheldon and Nicole and Josh, who you just saw, going to lead individual tours and talk about the design aesthetics and the reasons behind Campus 2.0 launch and the new scenes. And so don't miss this next session. We're going to